Hey there, beautiful people. I'm back for more questions. Sorry about the hiatus, things have been pretty hectic lately. But anywho, make sure you've checked out the other questions in this series by clicking the card at the end screen. I have 6 questions today, which I'll be going through from the easiest to the hardest. Let's go! I sang to myself yesterday morning. I've been vibing to the song Dangerous by Jorge Rivera Herons from the Epic Musical. I'll put the link on top for those of you who are curious. It's a nice song to dance to, honestly. As for singing to someone else, I sang to Tomo a couple nights ago. We were watching this YouTube video of a person singing a Maroon 5 song, and I decided to sing along to him. One of the things I like most about Dita is her boldness. If she sees something wrong, she'll say something about it. And in that sense, she really reminds me of Captain America. Let's go into the semantics for a bit here. Famous means well-known. So you can be known by many people for doing something good, something bad, or doing nothing significant at all. Going by this definition, I would say no, I don't want to be famous. What I would prefer to be is respected. Someone who is respected is admired by others for their abilities and achievements. And you don't have to be respected by many people. Even if it's just one person, well, you're respected, right? So someone who is respected is someone who at their best earns trust and loyalty from the people around them, or fear and power if you're the Machiavellian type. But I'd still choose respect over being famous because I think you don't gain respect from being mediocre. If I had to be famous though, I want to be known for telling stories that make people question themselves, but also give them a fun respite from everyday life. Okay, the last time I cried in front of someone was, I think, a few months back. Tomo and I had a misunderstanding over the phone, over something I can't even recall now. And when he came home and I saw his face, I just lost it. But we made up at the end though, so it's all good. As for me crying by myself, I didn't actually cry, but I did tear up this morning. I was reading a Reddit post about this retired teacher who came across one of her former students. The guy was living on the streets and struggling with drug addiction. So when she saw him, she went out of her way to get him lunch and, offer him resources that might help, like, shelters and all that. And when someone asked the guy who she was, he had the biggest smile on his face and said, "That's my first grade teacher." And, she lost it and she had to hide in her car because she wanted to cry. As someone who used to work at a daycare, if I imagine myself being in that situation, just going to the supermarket and coming and running across one of my old students who's now homeless and struggling so much, oh my god, that would break me. Like, oh man, I hope that would never happen to any of my students or anyone I know. So yeah, when I read that, I just couldn't help but think of the little boys and girls that I used to take care of. It made me tear up. Okay, I know she watches my videos, but I'm gonna be honest anyway. I feel like we've definitely gone closer after I've moved out because partly because I've opened up to her more, and partly because I've gone older. Well, not that old though. There's still room for improvement, I think. But all things considered, I feel like I have a toasty relationship with my mom. Oh man, this one's hard. To me, love serves as a filter for my actions. You know how sometimes you get so mad at someone and you just want to take a jab at them, but then you think, is this something you ought to do to someone you love? And obviously the answer is no, so you think better of it. Or in another case, I'm afraid of insects, so my first response would be to get somebody to kill them. But lately I've been reading about how they help maintain the balance of the ecosystem and how their numbers are dwindling. So nowadays I prefer to catch and release. Do my fingers still tremble when I see them? Absolutely. But the way I see it, we're in this shit together, so might as well make it work somehow. Affection is a little bit different. I see it as like a shared language in a way. I consider myself an affectionate person, so I expect that sort of behavior as well from the people in my circle. And there are people who just aren't naturally affectionate, and that's fine. But my experience has been that we're probably not gonna get along well. No hate or anything, it's just I feel hard to connect with people who aren't very affectionate. So those are my answers to the 6 questions that Dita has sent me. If you'd like to share your own answers or thoughts, the comment section is all yours. We're getting close to the conclusion of this series, so don't forget to watch the finale coming soon. Thank you for the questions, Dit, and thank you for staying with me till the end of this video. Bye!